We're talking about podcast.
Merry Mini Monday, Chunkies. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge. Jordan made himself laugh.
I'm Jordan.
Dude, I think you're gonna be very pleased with the harmonies you had there.
Oh, I'm excited.
It was fun. We're on that karaoke energy currently.
We got that good energy right now.
Something's going on. Something that doesn't have good energy, and our good friend Doge brought it up before recording. With so much good going on in the movie business, it's easy to talk about that, and it just feels better to talk about that.
Yeah.
But when you have good friends like we have with the Chunkies, we got to talk about the serious stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff that's going really, really, really wrong. Warner Brothers
Woof.
is having such a hard time.
Woof.
DC, like there's human beings that are, like, it's their job and they're putting in so much work for things like The Flash and they did so much work on Justice League, and somebody put a lot of work into Morbius,
Batgirl.
and somebody's putting work into
for
Craven.
the Batgirl team.
They're gone.
I mean, it was going to be bad, but I feel bad for them.
Yeah. So there's the cynical part of it. So if you haven't heard, Batgirl was just pretty unceremoniously canceled publicly on the internet. No longer releasing.
It felt like it was a TMZ release or something.
After the movie was completed, reportedly test screenings, it just wasn't up to quality. The cynical part of me...
Which is, if you think about the
Morbius
studio
was.
that is cutting this movie, for them to say, I want to see it. Because
so
if they would release the other stuff,
their new CEO. It's after the merger with Discovery. It's their new director of content. He's been doing a ton of press, being like, "Hey, we're going to come up with a 10-year plan, just like what Kevin Feige and Disney did, because honestly, theirs worked and ours didn't." So for DC to publicly admit that is a huge step.
They just honestly, I think they need to cut their losses and face the bad press for the next year and eliminate every project that is pre the Batman. It's just, if it existed before Robert Pattinson's The Batman, if the idea existed before Robert Pattinson's The Batman, bye. Yeah. Sorry. It doesn't exist anymore. Sorry.
Part of the reason they scrapped Batgirl is because their new direction as a studio is that we're going to focus exclusively on blockbuster content. We get no return on investment from streaming content. They're pointing to the Suicide Squad numbers, the James Gunn Suicide Squad numbers, which released during a global pandemic. So that's a little silly to point that out to me. But anyway, they canceled Batgirl because apparently it wasn't good, even though they paid Michael Keaton an absolute truckload, a Batmobile load of money to come back and be Batman in that.
Get the bag.
And now, with all the stuff going on with The Flash, Ezra Miller is being just a real piece of trash and keeps getting themselves into trouble. And so Warner Brothers, it came out yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. They have 3 options, basically, for moving forward with The Flash. One of the options is scrapping the project entirely.
Wow.
They have sunk so much money into The Flash. And basically, they're like, we're going to release this movie. I think they're going to release this movie unless Ezra Miller straight up murders somebody. So the movie will come out.
By the way, not off the table.
Not super out of the question for somebody having as public of a meltdown as Ezra Miller.
How much more can the wasted money cost than the bad press of a terrible Flash
That's the thing. So there are 2 options that they're scrapping the movie. I think is not really on the table, especially coming so publicly off the heels of scrapping Batgirl a week ago.
Sure.
And the negative press they've got. The directors of Batgirl did some episodes of Ms. Marvel, and they published an email that Kevin Feige sent them. Did you guys see the email that Kevin sent them? They posted a screenshot, and he was like, "Hey, been thinking about you 2 a lot today. I know you put a lot of work into this. Keep moving forward. Super proud of the work you guys did with Ms. Marvel. Hope to work with y'all again sometime in the future. Kevin, sent from my iPhone." So it's like,
does it really say sent from my iPhone?
Yeah, it does. It does, yeah. But it's just like DC is already facing a lot of backlash for canceling Batgirl out of nowhere, even though it was probably going to be bad.
Right.
So they're not going to cancel The Flash. So there are 2 options. They're either going to mandate some therapy for Ezra Miller and then have them do a limited apology tour and press for The Flash, or release the movie and not invite Ezra Miller to any premieres, sort of deny any involvement with Ezra Miller other than putting their name in the credits of the movie.
Well, and also being the main character?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what they do, if this movie comes out, people are going to keep talking about why did they release this after all the crap Ezra Miller has just done.
That's crazy.
It's an unwinnable situation for them because if they cancel it, well, they've paid both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton a bunch of money to come back and be Batman again in this movie.
Dude, I just think that after their track record, nothing costs more than bad press.
Right.
And I think that the worst press is another terrible movie that you have released after Ezra Miller has done everything that they've done.
Right.
I just feel like the smart move here is to take it on the chin, cancel the movie, eat the cost, and go, look, Ezra Miller does not live up to the standards that we would like to hold our stars to.
Right.
And we don't want to honor that behavior by releasing this movie. And TBH wasn't going to be very good. So
yeah.
Let's move forward and make.
I think they were banking on The Flash being a cornerstone of their ability to cancel projects and move forward because The Flash is that kind of multiverse reset button that they've been hoping to push.
Well, and to me, that's another sign of how far you're trailing behind Marvel. Is like, yeah, we've been doing multiverse stuff for about 2 years now, guys. Like,
I think it's different though because they are. I mean, it is the Flashpoint paradox. Like it is Flashpoint.
I get that.
Like they're trying to reset, which is good.
But why would you tell that story right now?
I think because that you only tell that story when you acknowledge that the ones like as a comic studio, you tell that story because it's interesting and fun.
Yeah, sure. No,
movies, you tell that story because you publicly acknowledge, hey, these were bad. We need to start over.
Right.
But we don't want to betray the almost decade. By this point, it is a decade. Man of Steel was 2012. We don't want to betray the decade of investment from our hardcore fans. This is how you do it.
I would argue that you have been betraying that decade for the last at least 6 years of said decade.
Certainly, but you have self-awareness. And I think DC does not have the self-awareness on their movie side to acknowledge that.
Yeah. A quick aside, there's something really interesting about, because I would imagine most moviegoers, their most familiar cinematic Flash face is Ezra Miller. Because... there are several iterations of Flash in the world, enough that I can't really keep up with, not even counting cartoons and things like that. But there's this really interesting thing called, have you heard of parasocial relationships?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a parasocial relationship in cinema that I feel like is this huge looming thing that we're not necessarily talking about, but it seems like within the last 5 years, the faces we've had for the last sometimes 2 decades that have played these seminal pop cultural icons are not there anymore. So it's like Daniel Craig is not James Bond anymore. Yeah. Tony Stark is not Iron Man anymore.
Sure. Yeah.
Like there's a whole wave of MCU stuff. And so it is bizarre. And we got happy because we had someone to like, it almost feels like some kind of monarchy, like someone needs to replace the face. So when Arpat came in and was Bruce, we're like, okay, we can live without Chris.
I have a cinematic Batman now. Yay!
I have a cinematic Batman, but now we're still searching. There's just so many of these things, and there's so many studios that are just tabling stuff. There's like not even rumors, I think, anymore. If they are, they feel like diluted about who the new James Bond is, but it's just bizarre. I think it's a fascinating little social science of like the people that are supposed to be there as our several like, it's not even about Rushmore. It's probably 10 faces that would need to be the same for us.
Yeah.
Like we said bye to Walter White, but we got Saul. We kept Saul around for a long time. You know, it's like,
hey, did I tell you guys
we're not letting go?
We're deep in the Better Call Saul paint now?
Thank goodness.
It's great.
We're about to finish season 2.
Isn't it good?
The entire show ends in like 3 days and I'm so sad.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that saying goodbye thing. It's bizarre. I want to do something a little bit. I want to tease our next series by playing some Rank You Very Much.
Ooh, please.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done that. And boys, I'm going to give you some choices, but sometimes, actually, that's the most honest I've been about my games in a long time. Sometimes the rules are this way. In Rank You Very Much, I go and find a list of usually a somewhat reputable source of ranking X kind of movies or X kind of actors and have these guys try and guess who fell on these lists. And so do y'all want to pull from Den of Geek 2022, Vulture 2022, or Esquire 2022?
I would say probably Den of Geek or Vulture.
I'm leaning Vulture.
All right, let's do Vulture.
We're going to do the best action movies of the last 15 years.
Okay. So 15 years ago was 2007.
Best action movies
Well,
of the
when
last...
was this published? Was this published?
This was published in 2022, July 29th of 2022.
So we got to think what came out after July 29th in 2007.
Yeah.
It's top 25. I'm going to give each of you up to 3 strikes here. And again, this is a tease for our series coming up. Keep listening, probably in the shout-outs or something. We haven't really talked about when we're going to announce it, but we're very hyped for this next series. But we're talking about our best action movies of the last 15 years, a top 25. They say we rank the very best that action cinema has had to offer in the 15 years since. I actually chose Den of Geek. Since Den of Geek opened its doors, I realized that The Vulture is just ranking action Netflix. It said the top 40 Netflix action movies. Little misread. That one's tougher. So, who wants to start us off? If you get one that lands here, you're Gucci.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I can go first.
Okay.
Oh, is that what you were going to say?
I was going to say I'll happily concede.
Oh, sure.
Top 25 of the last 15 years. Jordan.
Yeah, this is a good starting space because if it's not on the list, then I already know that I can disregard if the list is good and just come up with random BS to fill out the rest of it. Kingsman, the first Kingsman, The Secret Service.
Does not make this list, my friend. That's strike one.
Well, then this list is unimportant to me, and I will think what a dumb person would say instead of like what a smart person would say on the list.
John Wick.
That is a number one, my
of
friend.
course.
Dossier. It's a survival game here, by the way. Just survive.
What a stupid move. What a stupid list. John Wick deserves to be there. I'm not fighting John Wick. I'm saying you have 25 movies better than Kingsman over the last 15 years. Mission Impossible 8.
Is that Fallout?
Yeah.
It's there, my friend.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. Timothy Cruiseman. Fallout was number 9.
Oh.
Mad Max, Fury Road.
Correct again. Mad Max Fury Road is number 2.
Excellent.
Doe's just working away from the top, my man.
I feel like I'm going to say The Raid 2.
Correct, my friend. The Raid 2, number 5.
Yeah.
Jordan, number 5.
Gotta be.
Last 15 years, 2007. I really feel like they're going to pull some crap of like Captain America Civil War.
No, there's not. No.
Is it the kind of thing where it's like, are there like
I don't want y'all going down that
3
road.
John Wicks in this list kind of a thing?
Nope.
Okay.
You got the only John Wick.
Is there multiple of any franchise that we need to be looking out for?
Yes.
Okay.
The Raid 1.
Number 3.
I'm really going from the top to the bottom on this list, huh?
You went 1, 2, 3, my man.
What's funny is that The Raid 2 is so much better to me than The Raid 1.
I don't know, man. Your so much is what gets me, Jordan. I don't know if it's a so much because I'm such a sucker for the first, you know?
Yeah, it's simple. It's very simple. But The Raid 2 is was a much more exciting experience. I don't know.
I am fine for a sequel being better than the prequel, but I don't think it can knock the prequel socks off because we're comparing all the good things about the first one to a really highly ranked second one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just feel like every aspect of it is better than the first one.
You're just going further and further.
It's improvement overall. I love it.
Okay. I feel like they shouldn't have even made the first one.
No, not at all. I love them both so much.
But I hate the first one.
Man. Y'all are killing it. Good job, guys. Killing it is very appropriate for action movies.
There's several guesses that I have that I don't think are better than Kingsman, but are very good that I'm now worried won't be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Baby Driver.
Ooh. Not there. That's 2 strikes for Jordan.
It can't have any flavor. Mad Max and John Wick are the most amount of flavor that I think it can have for this list.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't either.
The umami. The umami of the
No,
kills.
you don't know what. You're just saying things. That means nothing.
No, it's the umami.
No, that means nothing.
But it's like testosterone charged to umami, so it's udadi.
Okay, he's just saying nothing.
That means you're trying to guess number 4 here now, Doge.
I am
went 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I feel like, oh man. I feel like there's going to be some real like dad stinkers in here. This is not my guess, but it feels like something that would be like Taken. Or like, that's such a good action movie. Oh, you know what? Fast and Furious, the fourth one. Oh, no.
Nope.
But dumb.
That's one strike, Jordan, with the comeback. Comeback starts now.
You said it goes until July of 2022? Like
July
anytime before that?
Till like 2 weeks ago.
Man, I feel like Top Gun Maverick has to be on the list.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Top Gun Maverick.
Not there.
What is this? Read the list from top to bottom. I already lost. Read the list from
Do you
top
want
to
from
bottom.
1 to 25?
Yes.
That feels like Top Gun Maverick would be the reason that editorial was like, please write this article for our website.
It seems like, no, I can't say that. So John Wick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
The Raid. Skyfall. The Raid 2. Inception.
What? It's not an action movie.
Number 7, Ip Man.
All right, fair enough.
Number 8, Hot Fuzz.
Not an action movie.
Number 9, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
Number 10, Django Unchained.
Not an action movie.
Number 11, District 9.
Not an action
Not
movie.
an action movie.
Number 12, Drive.
Okay. That's
Action
barely
movie.
an
Yeah.
action movie, but
Yes,
I'm going to
action
let
movie.
it pass.
Drive is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I love that movie.
Number 13, The Nice Guys.
Action comedy, but I mean,
Number 14, Carl Urban's Dread,
dude, I have not seen
Yeah.
Dread.
which is so good.
Okay.
I also haven't
I
seen
need
it.
to see that movie.
Number 15, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Jordan.
Yeah, fair.
Number 16, Atomic Blonde. I never saw it.
Dude, I didn't either, but I have seen the like 12-minute single take fight scene, and it is impressive.
Number 17, Edge of Tomorrow, also known as Live, Die, Repeat. That's
All
a
right.
phenomenal
I wouldn't
movie.
put that top 25 action, but it's a great movie.
Number 18, Snowpiercer.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Number 19, this is my least favorite here, Hunger Games.
Get.
Oh,
Out.
no chance.
Number 20,
dude.
but there's some good, there's more good than bad. Number 20, Looper.
love Looper.
21,
Not an
Scott
action
Pilgrim vs. the World.
Not an action movie.
That's an action
I would
movie.
call that an action movie, I think.
It's not an action
Here
movie.
you go, Doge. Number 22, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I
Number
don't think I
22
would say that's an action movie, but I do love
Scott
those
Pilgrim
movies.
is essentially a tournament movie, like essentially a fight tournament movie. I would say that's an action movie for
It's
sure.
an action movie. It's as much an action movie as Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
23, 310 to Yuma.
No, I don't think that's an action movie. I would call that a
24,
Western drama.
1917.
All right, fair.
Yeah. Boy, that's a good movie.
It's a phenomenal movie.
I would
Number
say
25,
it's one of the best pictures.
RRR.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Seems
Yeah,
like
also the
bias,
author,
but-
also the author of the Game of Thrones series. I'm kidding. RRR.
George R.
That is our most
R,
recent
R.
release that made that list.
Hey, I think that's a pretty bad list, but that's not your fault.
Right.
Yeah.
What maybe our new series will give us a little bit of time to talk about what is an action movie versus a movie with action in it.
Yeah, we can also say we can say it's a pretty bad list, but it also happens to have all of our next series in it.
It does.
So I guess we're saying at least those parts.
It has
were well
almost all of our next series in it.
done. Huh?
It has almost all of our
It
next
has
series
almost
in it.
all of our next series.
There is one that
There is one. There is one left out. I forgot it's technically 6 movies. So sorry. And we'll say that soon so that some of you aren't going to be bummed that we're not doing Hunger Games again. I didn't hear Hunger Games in your action series. We're going to take a quick break.
Hi, I'm Kevin Goatee.
Hey, I'm Kevin Israel.
We host Gutting the Sacred Cow, the best and most unique movie debate podcast out there. Why?
Because we invite our guests to pick a film that they find overrated or hate and try to convince us to see their argument.
They must pick a film that is a financial success, widely beloved, or critically acclaimed.
That's right. Some of the films our guests have tried to eviscerate: Raiders of the Lost Ark, Pulp Fiction, Ghostbusters. You can find us on all podcast platforms like Apple, Google, Spotify, and more. And if you want to watch our smiling faces, we're also on YouTube.
GuttingTheSacredCow.com is where you find all of our information, and we look forward to our guests infuriating you when they attack your favorite films.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were looking at your phone while driving, let me say it again. Seriously, put down your phone. That is so unsafe. If you didn't do stuff like use your phone while driving, you could save money with Progressive Snapshot. But saving or not, just put it down. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't looking at your phone, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Guys, I'd love to play the game that's sweeping the nation. I probably get a text an hour from celebrities. I can't really say their names. I don't want to
Can you give us a hint, maybe?
You don't want to pronounce them wrong.
A celebrity's named Chris.
Ooh.
Celebrities named Jason.
Chris Christie.
Celebrities named Idris. Just reaching out and saying, hey,
Idris Johnson.
more jolf. Can we get some more jolf?
Can we get some more jolf?
Dude.
I am aware of the effect I have on women. It's his American accent in The Office is trying so hard.
Oh, yeah. He's trying so
Not to be-
so.
I am aware of the effect I have.
He does
on
the same
women.
voice in the Beast trailer. This little bump is you.
Make sure we run away from the
Big
lion.
Shere Khan energy. Like Lion v. Tiger. Big time. Big time. If you haven't heard of jolf, then you're not listening. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. I
what I'm
love,
saying?
hey, just intro every game like that from now on.
If you don't know what's up, then get out.
If you've
get
never
out,
heard us
man.
play Rumpelstiltskin, I don't know, download some episodes.
If you haven't heard of jolf, then I guess you're still working through the Rogan library. You're wasting your time. Dang, I guess.
Come on over to the Two Chunks experience.
Come on to the
Number one
Chunks
podcast
experience.
Number one podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience. I've listened to 2 episodes in my entire life, and I hated both of them.
That's because you didn't take the brain octane.
Jolf uses Rotten Tomatoes, aka Flickster, and I name some movies for these guys, and they have to try and get as close to the percentage rating from, and I'm always going to leave it in here just in case someday y'all change it up, from either the critics or the fans. Rotten Tomatoes, one of my favorite things about Rotten Tomatoes is it gives you that fan and it gives you that critic rating. We'll probably talk about the dynamic between the two of those on our Bullet Train episode tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for today, we're going to stick with some of that action.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to stick with some of that action. Each of these boys have, it's much like golf in that jolf, 3 J's, has an allotted amount of strokes here. Golf actually isn't that way. It's actually not that way at all.
I'm pretty sure you can hit it as many times as you
No,
want.
you can hit as many times
If
as you
you
want.
get over par, they send you
22.
home.
Yeah.
Like, try
You have
again
to go
tomorrow.
home. They're
Because we're both...
they pin a note to your shirt that tells your wife that you didn't do very good.
He ran out of
Because
hits.
we're both Two Chunks and Swifties. It's 22 strokes to decide who is the winner. If you go over, you lose. If they both go over, it's who went over less. We're going to start with tomorrow's episode, and that is Bullet Train. What is the current critic percentage rating of Bullet Train?
Ooh. Remember that while the other person's guessing, you're muted.
Yeah, mute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm just taking my headphones out because if I mute you... Wait.
No, just push mute on your
I'm
keyboard.
muted. We're good.
He can't hear me.
Yeah, Doja's first.
Okay. Critic score for Bullet Train. 74.
Oh, I'm back?
Jordan,
Yes.
Bullet Train, critic score.
62%.
The current...
Hold on. Is Doge muted?
Oh, yeah, he can come back.
Oh, I'm not muted.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
Oh, he didn't have
Yeah,
to.
second vote doesn't have to mute.
I guess 74. I guess Carter's not going to tell you that.
On Flickster right now, Bullet Train is rotten at 54% on Flickster, which means, Doge, you have
lost.
2 left.
Okay, good.
2
Cool.
2 strokes left to Jordan's 14 strokes.
Yeah. I think I got it. I think I got
Yeah,
this
I think
one
you got
in the
this.
bag.
I think you got it.
In the golf bag with all my other
14
golf
strokes.
sticks.
I like the muting because I had no idea which direction to start working from, and I couldn't Price is Right you. I really like muting during the guesses.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Ooh. I'll mute. Go ahead, Jordan.
Okay. 57%.
Jurassic World Dominion currently sits at a 51%.
Jurassic World Dominion currently sits at 30%
Whoa.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey, it's a real extinker.
Jordan wins at negative 13. Doge only loses by 6 at negative 19.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Negative 19. Shall we do another round?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
play Jolf again.
That was a warm-up.
Let's just do one more round.
Yeah.
And we're going to do actual movies that are going to be in our action series. Actually, you know what? Let's do the train wreck. Let's do WB movies.
Ooh, yes.
Let's do DC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do DC.
Yeah.
We're going to start with, this is not the Snyder cut. We're going to start with Justice League.
Oh, yeah, because I bet putting it in 4x3 black and white probably bumped
Not
it up
Zack
about
Snyder's Justice League.
60%. Because that's so good, dude. So thanks for releasing it, WB. You finally did it. I'll mute.
Wait a second. Is that even on? Yeah, it is. Okay.
45.
Excellent. 44%.
Amazing. Yeah, we're one off.
You guys righted me. I guess
Doge guessed 45. Yeah. Doge guessed 45.
Incredible.
Which, Jordan, that puts you in the lead, my friend, by 1 stroke. It was 39.
Wow.
Oof, ouchie. Oof, ouchie.
39% on Rotten Tomatoes. Jordan has 17 strokes left to Doge's 16. Now, let's do Zack Snyder's Justice League.
150%.
Dude,
it was
how-
perfect.
Zack
Can the
Snyder's
scale go higher?
It was perfect.
Oh my
Justice
gosh.
League.
He's a true filmmaker.
Jordan, you'll be
Nobody else
guessing
has ever made a
first.
real film.
Such a good director, dude.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. Critic review.
48.
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
67. But the scale only goes to 67, so it was actually
It's perfect. I want to be clear, now that we both put in our guesses, I want to be clear that I think it is actively worse than the original because it's just like, imagine if I came up and I kicked you square in the groin.
Yeah.
And then I was like, now this time I'm going to do it, but for longer and in black and white. It's like, I don't want this to be longer. I want it to be done. That's what that
But
movie is.
if you're the kind of person who's like, I love getting my groin kicked.
Yeah, then that's
Then
like
Zach will do it more for
exactly
you.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll do it more. Y'all, the Rotten Tomatoes score for Zack Snyder's Justice League was 71%.
Unbelievable.
71%.
That's incorrect. That is
Doge is at 12 strokes to
I'm
Jordan's
done. Yeah.
-6. The audience score,
It's probably really high.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
94%.
Just
Insane to me.
legitimately wrong.
94%. Doge, I'm going to give you Morbius. Give me a guess on Morbius.
Critic score of Morbius is 34%.
Ooh, I would have gone lower.
That was accidentally, would you care for more mimosas from The Incredibles?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
16%.
Oh,
I was going to guess 20.
Woof. I was
16%.
over double.
Whoa.
But here's what's funny. Morbius is not that much worse than Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's
Dang, he
what's
said
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
Dang, he said it.
People
out
are
loud.
so, and I get it. I have been fully blinded by expectation before, but I don't think the Zack Snyder cut hype is going to age well. As we look back, we're going to go, oh, it's just the same bad movie, but harder to watch.
But longer and worse.
Longer and with roughly 40% less screen.
Yep. Just there's just a lot of people trying to will it.
He's
to
a
be good.
hack.
Yeah.
He's a hack.
Zack Snyder, I think, hired as like a DP, a director of photography.
Of coolness?
Would be amazing.
As long as he doesn't, as long as his taste only extends to what the shot looks like and not what costumes are being worn or what people are saying or how they're behaving.
He's a very, very good visual storyteller.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
It's like being at a so like let's say he worked at a Michelin restaurant, but he just plated.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Wow.
Right.
So like, why don't you
Yes.
open your own restaurant and you can cook, you
Yeah.
can make the menu, you can do all this stuff.
Carter,
And
you did it.
He will boil a hot dog.
That's such
in
a good food metaphor, Carter.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, that was awesome.
He'll just put tahini in a pot of water and boil hot dogs, but plate it incredibly.
It
But
looks
this is
amazing. It's like, this is a
not
boiled hot
good.
dog.
Like, man,
This is a boiled hot dog, but
yeah, I'll put that in
is
my
that,
belly
is that
for
lime?
sure.
Is that some lime? What is this? And
He's like, no,
you
I
don't
love
get
tahini
it.
flavors.
You don't get it. It's art. I used to work at a big restaurant. And it's like, cool, okay.
Incredible.
What if I sucked all the color out of it and made the hot dog smaller? Is that better? No, Zach. It's not.
It's just great.
It's just gray now.
hot dog.
You burdened this tube of meat.
What if the hot dog says damaged?
Oh, yeah. That's actually good. If the hot dog's like, I'm not going to kill ya. I'm just going to hurt ya.
The movie where Jared Leto just shows up again in a post-apocalyptic world, he got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Critics
To end
just
today's episode, probably the best thing that could happen to Warner Brothers and DC is this podcast. The fact that we exist and the fact that we have put ideas out into the world that have been taken and have been successful. Check out Feliz Navidad from a long time ago.
Yeah. Hey, still not over that, by the way.
I'll never forgive you.
Still makes
No,
me
I'm
mad
not
to think
either.
about.
I'm not either. We're talking in this DC universe, whatever the new iteration will be, because they're never going to stop, okay?
Yeah.
So say we can't stop this train. It's just going to happen.
Want to get off and go home again.
To end this episode, give me your name and then give me blank as blank.
Okay, yeah.
Could save. We're not trying to pick directors and producers. I know a lot of stuff, other stuff goes in there. But this person as this DC character equals on the right track. On the right track. And you can't use Batman.
Okay. Are we building it around Robert Pattinson's Batman? Because I actually think that that's a Chris Nolan Batman situation where it's like, if it's fancy and fantastical, it makes that movie worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to be building it around our Pats.
I'm Carter, and perhaps the least expected. It's going to feel like a wink thing. It's like, wait, are they serious? Are we being punked? Is this really happening again? But Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern, they come back and they say, we recognize this. The only way to break this is to not necessarily have us laugh at ourselves, but just look at it dead in the face and give it another shot.
Confront your own greatest failure. Give me a second. I'll get it to you, I promise.
Can I have two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Doge, and we're going to take it an entirely different direction. And we're going to be introducing to your screens Ben Barnes as Clark Kent, Superman.
Interesting.
Ben Barnes?
Mm-hmm.
As in
Currently in Shadow and Bone, but he is...
he's the scrawny, angsty version. He's like what our Pat is to...
I believe he is Prince Caspian, am I correct?
He is also Prince Caspian in the Narnia movies, but...
Yeah, you were saying he's Zaz or whatever?
Huh?
What's his name? What's the Daredevil character? Punisher character, my bad.
No, he is in Punisher. Is he?
No, it's...
Villain.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he's in Punisher, boys.
No, he's in...
He's in Westworld Season 1.
No, he's in the Punisher.
Oh, he is. Billy Russo.
Yeah.
In a Punisher.
Yeah, he's in the Punisher.
He mean the Punisher.
A Punisher.
It's me,
Ben
the
Barnes.
Punisher.
It's in me, the Punisher.
The Punisher. It's time to die.
It's time to be punished.
This one's Jordan. I have two. One, I've been ringing the bell for a minute, and another one I just thought of that I'm maybe more excited about. But number one, Christoph Waltz as Mr. Freeze is just such a slam dunk to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's already in the universe, right?
Just a beautiful, nuanced Mr. Freeze story.
Yeah.
Where Christoph Waltz gets to come in and flex.
But Arnold's voice still.
Sure.
Yeah.
The Ice Age.
Yes.
Tiny.
Nice to meet you, Robert Pattinson.
I'm beginning to feel that this is inspired. This next one.
Okay. Interesting.
I'd like a Deathstroke story.
Okay. Joe Manganiello, baby.
Who is actually a pretty great casting for Deathstroke.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like a Deathstroke story. Somebody a little bit older than Batman, a little more experienced, who can come in and give him a real physical challenge. And based on how good I think the movie Upgrade is and how cool I think this person is, I'm going to go with Logan Marshall Green.
Yeah.
As Deathstroke, who is
fun.
almost exactly 10 years older than Robert Pattinson.
That's really fun.
And you can grunge him up a little bit, or you can keep him really clean cut and have him sort of be like a rich boy assassin type situation to really mirror.
Man,
Bruce.
I can't recommend to the Chunkies Upgrade enough.
Oh my goodness. It is brutally violent. Just a quick heads up. But
yeah, heads up.
So is our podcast though.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the edge.
Yeah. Man.
We're not going to dull our blade.
He's in a lot of brutally violent movies, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's good at it.
I forget him.
Man,
Yeah,
Upgrade,
he's great.
the fight scenes. Doge, did you ever end up watching Upgrade?
I haven't.
Dude, the fight scenes also being the fact that he's not controlling, his acting in those fight scenes is so cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Such a good movie.
All right. Well, bye.
could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing a commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.